We got a lot of news about Sony stuff lately because
Yeah.
Sony had this thing called like something that says Cinerama, something. Who cares? But they announced a bunch of stuff about their various movie properties, and for starters, we got some tidbits about the standalone Spider-Man movie that's coming with was it Tom Holland? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dexter Holland, lead singer of The Offspring, is going to be starring as Spider-Man. But no, we got a title for the new Spider-Man movie, which I feel like after as many Spider-Man movies as we've had with varying degrees of reception
And success.
yeah. Let's take a look. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
So like immediately, my gut reaction to this logo was gross.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? It's weird. It's jarring. It doesn't fit in with anything else in the MCU. It doesn't fit in with anything that I traditionally remember Spider-Man looking like. But then I started digging a little bit in my mind and in the history of our comic book hero here, and I started realizing that like this kind of goofy, playful logo is exactly in line with where he should be. Now, let's go back a little bit in time. Let's go back to 2012.
Ah, yeah.
Now, this was the Amazing Spider-Man logo. Not crazy about this one. This is, again, like, you do a logo like this and it's just kind of tonally serious. It's got that sort of like, that weird font that's like shifting the italicized look to it. And it just feels like okay, this is not really about a goofy kid in high school.
This looks like a car. All right, so then moving on, we've got Ultimate, oh, okay. Wait, what is this? This is, I guess this is like later series Ultimate Spider-Man. So it's you got webs in there, still looking kind of cool.
It's still kind of fun, kind of goofy, right? So I kind of like this one. Now let's go back a little bit further. Let's go back to 2008, The Spectacular Spider-Man. This was an animated series. I love this logo.
This is very much touching on kind of old, like,
1960s comics.
Steve Ditko, like Stan Lee, early, like it's got that goofiness to it, which I think very much works for an animated series, obviously.
Yep.
Then of course you've got.
Yeah, this one's tough. So this is a 2002. This is the PlayStation font, and it was a Sony movie. So like. This actually, on PlayStation 3, it might as well have said Spider-Man across the front of it. I'm not wild about this logo. Like, it's never been good, and it's never really screamed Spider-Man to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
So...
It looks like the subtext of a Call of Duty game.
I would say up until the Marvel Cinematic Universe really started taking off, up until we got Iron Man and Dark Knight, the best superhero movies at that point were Spider-Man 2 and X-Men 2.
Totally.
Like, I mean, if you want to talk about some of the Batman, that's another thing entirely. But
or Blade.
Yeah, sure. But like, it was because of the success of Blade that X-Men got made, and it was still very much rooted in that, like, hey man, superheroes kind of lame, The Matrix pretty cool, let's get everyone in black leather. And Spider-Man was kind of a gamble in the sense that they're like, how do we make him like not lame in blue and red spandex? And they kind of gave him, there's a lot of darker emo stuff in the Spider-Man movies that we got from Sam Raimi, and we got some of that with the more recent one, but like, I feel like we really need a cheerful Spider-Man.
You do, and it's weird because looking at the two actual film series, right, the ones that came before this, the real ones, not that weird 70s one,
right?
They're the most tonally serious presentation-wise.
Let's go further back here.
Yeah.
We've got, oh wait, there's that one. So here's Ultimate Spider-Man from 2000, which was kind of Marvel's New 52. They rebooted their entire universe and tried to make it make more sense together. I love the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Those are really fun.
And this is just a cool, fun logo. You look at it and you're like, it screams like goofy, and it's also strong.
It's also
it's bold.
Just 90s is all hell.
Oh
just
yeah,
very
hell
2000s there. Then of course there's this one, which I'm sure 90s kids will remember pretty well. That was for the animated series, which we got, and
the
they
cartoon maker.
basically applied it to for all the merchandising and stuff that they had at the time. Going a little further back, you've got the original one, a lot further back.
And as you can see, most of my favorite ones here have that sort of dip like a web does. Like that's really that angle there is sort of like it's hanging a banner, like "Happy Birthday, Spider-Man."
Yeah. So like we've got our new one here. I don't like what it's doing, but I like that it's trying to do it.
Yeah.
Like I see what it's trying to do. I just don't think it's successful. Like the font is just like, it looks like word art. It looks like crap. But
it's closer.
It's also fun.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's cheerful, it looks goofy and young. There's color in a Spider-Man movie logo, so I'm cautiously optimistic. Also, we got rumors that Michael Keaton might be the villain, so cool.
Andrew Rogers, that's at Rogers1LT, says, I don't like the kerning on the O in the word homecoming. You see that?
I don't like really anything that's going on with the kerning or like the fact that they kind of warped the text there. Sorry, we're like graphic design nerds, so it's
just, I mean, as not even as a graphic design word, I think it's weird to have a white splat in the middle of that word.
Oh.